Hello everyone, today we are going to create a React to do app, and this app have different functionality like how to create components, how to manage states, how to create to manage empty state management. Like this one, this text you are seeing here, it's an empty state because there is no a task in this application right now. Then this text will appear, no to do task. You can also add an image there is no problem. It's your preference, whatever you prefer, you can do that there. So that's one functionality. Another functionality we are going to create is a bar. It's like what, this one. If you try to add nothing, it will pop up and tell you to please enter to do. All right, if you put some spaces and try to enter, it will also tell you you've not entered a to do. All right, so you have to write something. For example, I can write let me remove the spaces. Go to the gym. Right, if I write that and click add, it will add like you have seen there. All right, I can add another one like read a book a day. All right, can add. Right, can also say go to the shop. Okay, you can see it's adding. So then you can mark this one. You can see these icons here. If you click this one, is you've completed your task. So if I click that task is completed, that task is completed, and that task is completed. You can also uncomplete it. All right, if you click it again. All right, then you can delete the task. All right, you can click here, the trash icon here, it's for deleting. You can delete the icons, not the icon, sorry, you can delete the task. Then these tasks are added to the local storage. You are going to use the local storage, so whenever you refresh your browser, it will stay there. Even if you close this browser, the item won't disappear, they will still be there because they are added on the local storage. All right, that's a functionality I'm going to show you. And lastly, this is for editing the task. This functionality, I want us to do it from scratch. I've not implemented it, but I want to do it with you from scratch and show you how you can do this one. All right, so if you delete everything, the task, this one will appear. So let's get started. So welcome to my channel, and I'm going to start from creating the component. As you can see, this component is empty. We can start our application in the terminal. Here down, I can just write npm start. Okay, as the application is starting, we can write here a component, which is just a JavaScript function. All right, function, let me name it card. It's just a normal JavaScript function like that. Then we can say return. We can say h1 hello world. All right, we have to export this because it will be used in another component. So export as default, and the name is card, right? So this card is exported and it's being used in the app.js like this. All right, so these are the only codes I have right now. I also have imported this todo.css. This is, it's just a simple CSS for just styling. All right, so some of the classes I'll be using them. All right, so let's continue. Let's say it load. A to-do app is a very simple app, but it has some very good functionality that you can learn a lot from. All right, and there it is. Our hello world has been this is the output. All right, so as you can see, there is some CSS. The background, I've changed the background. All right, so that's because of this, the todo.css file. So let's come back to the card.js, and instead of outputting hello world, I'm going to do this. All right, and I'm going to have a form input, and I'll wrap it inside a div element with a class name of container. All right, like so. Then I'll have my form there. My form, I'll give it a class name of inputs. Okay, then under form I'll have two inputs, one to enter the to-do task and another to submit. So input type text, can write placeholder, it's add to do task. Anything else I want to put there? Yes, but that will come after. Then let's put the submit button, type of submit, value is equals to add. Right, you can close that input. All right, so if let me see if everything is working. Yeah, so everything is working. So as you can see, there are some CSS. This background, this background and the styling here, it's because of these classes I've used, the container class and the input classes. And if you come to the to do, you will see them. You see a container inputs. Okay, so that's just CSS that I've already written. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to create a list item. Right, so I'm going to enclose it in a div element with a class name of list wrapper, I think so. I'll confirm that. Let me confirm that. List wrapper. Yeah, this one. List wrapper. Like so. And this one, we are going to have a UL, an ordered list with a list item, like so. I can say go to the shop. All right, then we are going to use some we are going to use some font awesome icons. So let's go back to the browser. As you can see, it's written there, and some form of styling. So let me go to the Font Awesome website. Let's look for a check button. Check. Let me take this one. No, let me take, I think this one will do. Yeah, I'm going to, okay, before I paste it, I'm also going to hold all the icons under one div element with a class name of what, let me see, with a class name of icons, position. Okay, so I can paste that one there. Can come back and look for edit. Let me see if it's that one. Yes, let me see if it's this one. Yes, let me take that one. The last one is the trash icon for deleting our item. Trash. I'm going to take which one? This one. All right, like so. So let's go back to our application and see if it's coming together. Okay, so the CSS, I don't know what's, let me see. Let me see this, the name of the class name for the CSS. Icons. So as you can see, I've pasted the links, the icons there. There's no any other functionality in the app, it's just the icons. All right, let me show you how now it's look. All right, you see this one is hard coded, the go shopping, as I've written here. We can change here anything, like go to a gym. All right, You can see, go to the gym. All right, these one are some CSS. If I click here, nothing will happen. All right, if I click this one, nothing. All right, nothing. All right, so what can we do? The first thing, okay, I have to put some heading in our to-do app at the top here, so I can come here before the form input and write heading 1 to do app, something like that. So yeah, to do app, it's there. So let's put some this one, the add functionality, so that we don't put the task manually. All right, so I'll come here. This one is add, so I'll put here an event listener or event handler, okay, on submit. On submit, let's call add, a function name add task. All right, add task. Then we shall come here and okay, even before that, let me create this function add task. So you come there and you write const add task is equals to, so I am using the arrow functions. So if you are not familiar with the arrow function, kindly you can refer, there is no problem with that. So I can just say alert and write what task added, so to see if that function is working properly. If I click add, okay, it's refreshing, so meaning we need to prevent that refreshing. So I'm going to prevent that by doing this, e.prevent default, so that it doesn't refresh by itself. All right, so if I come again, let me refresh. Okay, let me see what's happening. Let me put this one here, not here, here. Yeah, correct. So you have to put this function on the form, so that whenever this submit button is clicked, this one will fire and it will prevent the normal form submission. All right, that's why I've put there. Right, so I think we are good up to there. Our function is working correctly, task added. All right, so the next thing, I need to capture this text. All right, how do I do that? We are going to use something we called useState. In React, we have some different use states. So here I'm going to use a ref, right? And I'm going to call which function? Right, let me say, let me just say this user input. I think that one will be simpler like that. So can come here and say use ref. So you are going to use ref. You're supposed to import that there, but if I click enter, it will import for me, right, as you can see here. So it has imported that. If you don't import this one, it will tell you that useRef is undefined. All right, yeah. So I'm going to set this one, the user input, to this one. So constant user input is equals to useRef, and initially there will be nothing. So I can come here and say if I want to get the input value, I'll just call that user, the user input dot current dot value. All right, so I can input this one as let task is equals to, all right, and here instead of alerting that, I can just alert the task. All right, so let's see if we have captured this input correctly. So I can say go to the shop, place. All right, okay, let me see. Let me put here and see. Go to the shop, it's working perfectly. I can say like gym, go to the shop again. Okay, let me see why. Okay, what's happening? What's happening? So it's working correctly right now. It's capturing our input. All right. So this task is capturing our input. So what can we do? We want now to that input, we want to store it in a state. All right. So again, I'm going to come here. I'm going to use useState. All right. Okay, add to do. Set to do. So we are going to use this one. So instead of alerting this one, we are going, first of all, I want to check if that task is available or it's empty. So I'm going to use an if statement. If the task is not available, right, I'm going to alert and say you've not entered a task. All right, else okay, else I'm going to say alert, not alert, I'm going to say okay, let's just add the task, because we have checked if it's there. Then let's add the task there. So add set to do. Okay, we are going to check to copy whatever the to do was. All right, then I'm going to put that task there, the task. Now before I put the task, we need an ID for that task. So let's first put the ID. All right, so this one will be an object, right? It will be an object with an ID of let's generate a random number, math.flow. All right, then math dot random, and we are going to multiply that by, let's multiply it by 1000 or even 10,000. 10,000 is okay, right? Okay, another thing we are going to have is the text. The text itself, which is the input, which is in this case it's our task. Then we are going to put something else called complete to check if the check button has been clicked. All right, and also we are going to have is editing. All right, also set that to false. Okay, unnecessary escape. Okay, yeah, I think that one is fine. So we have an ID for that particular item. We have the text, the input, the task itself here. Then we have complete as false and as is editing as false. All right. So let's continue. Let's see if that's working. Okay, why is that so? Let's put as an object so that it can be. Yeah, so I think it's working. So let's add. How are we going to add the item? It's very simple. We are going to come here, and instead of hard coding this, all right, I'm going to let me copy this one. Okay, I'm going to cut that one. All right, then I'm going to do this. I'm going to put a function here, add to do, and dot map that is a function. Then we are going to put the task here, or to do, and we are going to say, then I'm going to paste everything that I've cut there. Right, let me see what's happening. All right, so this need to be in one in one container. All right, so I think I can say return. I think this one will work. This one should be able to. Okay, what? I think we also need this, the wrapper. Yes, I think we need the wrapper also. Let me take even the wrapper. Right. I've taken everything, even the wrapper, so I add to do dot map. And we have this one, we have the to do. And we are going to do that and paste there. You need to wrap it, everything there, right? So for this task, it's very simple. I'm going to say it's to do dot text. All right, and you need to put curly braces there, the curly braces there, right? Okay, let's see how it's going. Let's see, go to shop. Okay, it's not adding. Is this, let me return and see. Let's try again. Yeah, shopping, I can refresh and everything will be gone. Go shopping. All right, you can see now we can add that, but as you can see, there is this one. When you add, it still remains there, like go to the gym. You can see this, we want to refresh. Whenever we add, we want to refresh. All right, so I'll come here. After we add the item here, we need to refresh so that the input is empty, and we are going to take this value, right? Just paste it here, and we are going to set that as an empty array, not an empty string. All right, it's an empty string. Let's continue. Let's see if that's work. Let's refresh. Okay, go to shop, go shopping. Yeah, you can see now it has refreshed. We can add another one. Go to the gym. You can see it has refreshed. Now it's working perfectly. All right, now let's see. You can't add nothing. Okay, let me put some white spaces and add. What you can see now, if you put white spaces and add, it's adding the white spaces, which of course you don't want that. So to solve that one is very simple. In our if statement, this one, because this is a string, we are going to trim it to remove the white spaces. All right, so that one I think will solve that issue, because the trim method, it removes the white spaces. All right, so let me refresh. Come here, try to put empty spaces. You see, it's not putting in the empty spaces. All right, so I can say go to the gym, and it's working perfectly. So let's go now to our complete functionality, which is very simple. Complete functionality. So we are going to that icon for the complete, which is this one. This the icon for that. Let's add a event handler, event listener, which is on click. You have to use the camel cases, capital letter, in React. So on click, and we are going to call a complete function. Okay, we are going to call a complete function. So let's go up. Let's write that complete function here. Go complete. Not that one. Is equals to. Okay, you're supposed to have forgotten to write the arrow function there. So let's come back and refresh, and let's say again go shopping, put click, yeah, completed. So our function is working perfectly, completed. All right, so we need to capture the key for the clicked. So instead of passing this function like this, all right, we are going to use an arrow function there. So let's use an arrow function, and we are going to pass the to do that. No, not even to do. Let me see. I think I can just do like this and complete. Let's see if we can get that ID for that particular for this one. Okay, we are going to receive the ID there, then we are going to output the ID. Let's just confirm it if we are getting the ID correctly. Yeah, exactly. So we are getting that ID. If I put something else like it, right, you can see it's different ID, right? It's a different ID, you see. So we can change this one. Let me show you. This completed from false to true. All right, from false to true. So let's come here and say now we need to loop through the object or our array. So we are going to say add to do dot map, right? Then we are going to take our task, and we are going to check if our task dot ID, now this ID here, right? So our task dot ID, this one, is equals to this ID, which is the ID that of each task. We are going to use 3 equal signs to our ID. What do we want to do? We want to change. All right, we want to change from completed to that. So we are going to set to do not that, set to do. We are going to map to use the spread operator to copy the add to do before we add the object, whereby ID will be equals to our ID there, not like that. I think it should be like that. All right, then we have text. Text is our same as the task. Is it task dot text? Yeah. Yes, then we are going to say complete is not equals to complete. All right, and is editing will remain the same. to false, or is editing. Like so. So what this does, if it was false, if you click once, it's going to be true. If you click again, it's going to be false. All right, that's what this does. All right, let's see if that's okay. Then before that, we are going to do what? To put a class. If this one is true, we are going to put a class on the list, okay, on this list. So here, this is the text desk, okay. So I'm going to say class name. We are going to use the spread operator. Of course, we don't need the and we are going to say complete, and we are going to put complete, and this is a logical operation. If you don't know about logical operation, you can just Google and you will be able to understand it correctly. So complete, and we are going to put the class of complete. We are just adding a class, all right, of complete. I can see there is an error. Let me see, where is the error? Let's refresh, maybe we'll be able to see the error correctly. Okay, is editing is not defined. Okay, we just need to do this. Task dot is editing. I think, yeah, task dot is editing. I think that's one will work. Yeah. So you need to map through the item. All right. You need to set, then you map through the item. Then you need to check if the task ID is equals to the ID you passed. All right. Then if that is true, that's why we are using this the ternary operator. All right, and we are spreading the task, copying whatever that it's in the to do. All right, whatever is here, we are copying that. Then we are just changing the complete is equals to complete. All right, so let's see if it's working now properly. All right, let's see. I don't know what's going on. Let me see. Yeah, so I've forgotten to add the to-do complete is complete. All right, one, it's okay. Now it's working properly. You can see. We can refresh and try again. It's something like go to the gym, and if you do that, you see it's applying the class properly. You can see. can see it's working properly. So let's go back now and tackle the delete functionality. All right, so let's now go to the delete functionality. You can see what I've done. You have to put the task because you've mapped the array. After mapping, you have to use task dot. Yeah, let's continue. Let's go to the complete, which is this one, the trash icon, and we are going to say we put some handler, event handlers or event listeners, and we're going to use on click. I'm going to pass an ID, so I need an arrow function here, and of course delete function, and I'm going to pass the todo dot id. Right, so let's create that function here, the delete function, constant delete is equals to, it will check that ID, that the one that I've just passed, and yeah, what is wrong? Oh, okay. In React, a delete, I think it's already defined, so you can write delete. I can say delete task, and come here and change it to delete task. Right, you can't use delete because delete is already defined in, actually it's defined in array functions. All right, so this one is very simple. What I'm going to do, I'm going to check if, so what I'm going to do now for the delete function, we want to return, to filter through the array and return everything apart except the task which matches this ID. All right, so I'm going to say set item, set to do. All right, and I'm going to say add to do dot filter. All right, and I'm going to pass the item, or even the to do. I can just say to do add an arrow function, then to do dot id is equals to the ID. All right, so I want to return that. All right, so let's see if that delete function is working properly. Let's add something else like gym, eat, that. Now I want to delete this one. Okay, I think I need to refresh if I'm not wrong. Go to the gym, let me see, shopping, eat, okay, so if I click it, it's returning it. So I think this is a wrong expression. I can say not equal to that ID. Everything will be returned not equal to that ID, not the deleted item. I don't want to return the deleted item. I want to return the everything else. Right? So if I delete now, it's going to disappear. Right? So let's go shopping. Right? Go to gym. Can say item 10, item 1. So if I click delete, you see now it's deleting the item correctly. You can see, yeah. And now let us tackle this the empty state. As you can see, there is nothing here. So before we go to the next functionality, let's tackle the empty state. So we are going to go here. Yeah, before the list item here, we are going to put a condition, okay, whereby I'm going to check the length of the array, and if it's equals to, if it is equals to 0, I'm going to do what? Let me use the logic operator, and just I want to return h1 with a heading of no task, no task. Alright, so I'm checking the array to see if the length is equals to 0, meaning there is nothing in that array, it's empty. Alright, if the length is 0, then I'm going to put this one, and I don't need an else statement. Alright, so if this is true, it's going to put that one. If it's not, it's going to jump it and continue with the rest of the program. Let me see. It's telling me F. Let's remove that error by doing that. Yeah, no task. You see, it's very simple. No task. So if I add a task like go shopping, it's going to disappear. Right? If I click there, it's add. Okay, if I delete, it's going to appear again. Right? So the next functionality, as you can see, it's for the last one is this one, which is a little bit complex, but I'm going to show you in the next video. This one, the editing functionality. All right, and it's very simple. We are going to do almost similar to how we have done the complete one, the complete function. We are going to check if that button is clicked. We are going to change from is editing to true. Then if it's true, we are going to display now the form to input to edit our task. and we are going to update our task. So if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and check the next video to see how I've implemented the edit functionality.